Good afternoon, Whitby Presbyterian Church. Do you know what yesterday was? That's right, Texas Independence Day. Yes, March 2nd, 1836. Texas declared independence from Mexico, and then, of course, 4 days later, the famous Alamo fell, and the rest, as they say, is history. But it also was a particularly churchy day yesterday. Yesterday was Ash Wednesday, which is the first day of the season that we call Lent. And that is the season that we observe for the 40 days leading up to Easter Sunday. And this year, Easter is on April 17th. Yesterday, March 2nd, is the start of Lent, and if you have a calendar with you, you would see that indeed that is precisely 47 days before Easter, because Lent is the 40 days before Easter. And then there's also some Sundays in there that kind of get in the way, don't really count. So there's this roughly 40-day season before Easter, which is the first Sunday after the Paschal full moon, which is the first full moon after the spring equinox. Seriously. That's right, Lent is set by a particular number of days before a phase of the moon after the Earth is at a particular place in its orbit where the day and the night is about equal. I know, right? But that's the season we have set aside to prepare for Easter, for celebrating Jesus' resurrection. And how do we do that? Well, traditionally, that is done through a season of fasting. 40 days long because Jesus fasted for 40 days when he was tempted in the desert. But really, fasting is just a form, a type of repentance, which is really the big deal of Lent. Repentance. And repentance is one of those words that always sounds way more intense and scary than it actually is. It just means turning away from the things that get in the way. Turning towards God. It's asking for forgiveness for the places where we have messed up and asking for help for the things that we have set before us. Let me put it another way. It's offering up what has been to make space for what will be. And honestly, in this season, you may feel like you have a whole lot to offer up to God because for many of us, it's been a rough year. You might also, though, feel like you don't have much holding you down right now. And that's okay. But this season isn't ultimately about looking backwards. It's about looking back for the sake of the future. When we offer up what has been to God, we can't help but be freed to look forward to where God is calling us. And so no matter where you may find yourself this season or whoever you may be, God's arms are open and they are drawing you and embracing you as you look forward to what God has in store for you. And so peace be with you and a repentant Lent.